We have an agenda before us. I was just wondering if there's any additions to the agenda.
Mr. Chair, administration would request the following. Under 12, closed session, 12.1, advice from officials, ATIA section 29.
Any other additions from council or admin? Okay, I'm not seeing any. I'm going to ask for a motion. Okay, thank you, Councillor Deschênes, for making that motion. The council approves adoption of the agenda with the following additions. Closed session 12.1, advice from officials, ATIA section 29. Any discussion on this, council? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. Man, the computers are warm today, eh? That's carried. Hey, we got a little thing from Mexico from Mr. Kaluk. And he brought one specially for me. This, actually, this magnet is made for stainless steel, so he knows I have a stainless steel fridge, so somehow it sticks to the stainless steel fridge. Is that correct?
I think so.
Anyway, he's just rubbing it in that we had to fight all this bad weather, and he's just rubbing it in here a little bit this morning. Anyway, going ahead, we have adoption of the minutes, special meeting of council, February 4th, 2026. I'm just looking for a motion. Thank you, Councillor Palmer. The council approves adoption of the minutes of February 4th, 2026, special meeting of council as presented. Any discussion on this? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Looking for a motion of the February 10th meeting, 2026. Thank you, Councillor Amalia, for making that motion. That council approves adoption of the minutes of February 10th, 2026, regular meeting of council as presented. Any discussion, council? I'm not seeing any. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you. On to be the committee meeting on February 17, 2026. Looking for a motion. Yeah, you can't. Thank you, Deputy Reeve Fadeev, for making that motion. That council approves adoption of the minutes of February 17, 2026, committee of the whole meeting as presented. Any discussion? I think Kaluk was gone for like 2 weeks or something there, yeah. Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you. Okay, business arising. 6.1 development application.
Mr. Reeve,
Yes?
if we could just have a motion lifting the item from the table.
Okay. Looking for a motion to lift the item off the table. It was a tabled motion. Thank you, Councillor Crick, for making that motion. Any discussion on this motion? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. Thank you, Stephanie. I missed that. That's carried. Thank you. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Okay, application 2026-D-005 was tabled at the February 10th, 2026 meeting, regular meeting of council. Administration has added a condition addressing reclamation, and we have received a phone call of concern from an adjacent landowner who is against the application due to its location in proximity to its location to the Hamlet residences and possible expansion and further applications of this type of application. We also received an email with concerns about expansion and environmental contamination, and we already addressed expansion and reclamation in the conditions. So administration is recommending that development permit application 2026-D-005 for a major or minor rural industrial use for a solar and data processing facility at part southeast 12, 63-6 west of the 4th, be approved with the conditions listed 1 through 7.
Okay, thank you. Council? Someone like to make a, yeah. Councillor DeShane.
I'm not ready to make a motion on this either way. I'm just not in favor of this development. My neighborhood is totally against it, and I don't know how minor industrial overrides the public interest here. So just so you know, I'm not going to vote for this, and I'm voting with my public opinion on this one. So
Okay,
just
thank
want you to
you.
know.
He's got to bring Tim Hortons for us all next council because of that one ring. Go ahead, Deputy Reeve.
Yeah, we have a lot of pros and against. I mean, this one here, it is, I mean, it's right next to an old well site, and nobody was opposed to that. We're solar, I mean, everybody's putting up solar. I got some concerns with the messaging that we sent out, possibly that solar is gonna get banned across the MD, and I told them that that was not the case. So with everything, they've done everything they could in this thing, and they've been very, very forthright and open to it all, and I'd like to make the motion to approve this.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Deputy Reeve Fideo, for making this motion. The council approves development permit application number 2026-D-005 for a minor rural industrial use for a solar and data processing facility as part of Southeast 12, 63-6 west of the 4th Meridian as discretionary use as a Part 6, Section 58, and Part 7, Section 69.2 of the Land Use Bylaw with the following conditions before you. Any discussion on this motion, council? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote.
I have concerns,
Paulette?
Reeve Barry,
Yeah.
before the motion goes through.
Paulette, you can't, it's already,
Nothing has gone through yet.
Paulette, we're in a council meeting. Council hasn't spoken, so you spoke last time we met, correct?
And I'm on the list to speak again
Is that for, this list is for this or for the next,
for this.
pardon me? Oh, okay. So we have to make a motion. Someone like to make the motion?
Mr. Reeve, if I may, because this motion has been made, if you would like to make another motion allowing the
We
members
have
to
to-
speak, we just need council to approve withdrawing this motion first.
Okay, I just have to apologize. I thought this was for a land use bylaw, the sheet I got, not for this. My apologies to Mrs. Versavich for that. Sorry? Okay, you're welcome. So we need someone to, Deputy Reeve Fideo, would you mind? Yeah? Now we need a motion to allow someone to speak, if you wish so. Thank you, Councillor Palmer, for making a motion to allow. I have two people on this, Paulette Versavich and Warner Garnier. Is Mr. Garnier here? Yes. And they both wish to speak? Yes? Okay. Any discussion on this motion? Okay, seeing none, I'll call. Seeing none, go ahead.
Just getting it ready.
Am I speaking too fast? Okay. I'll call for the vote now. Okay, that's carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Reeve and Council.
Morning.
Okay. What I have to present today on this application is the latest information that we just got out on the infrasound and from Ben Jordan. I would like to know how many of you, a couple days ago, I sent this video that actually watched it. By a show of hands, please. Any of the councillors?
Tried to, but I couldn't get it to on my phone. I didn't try.
Sorry?
Sorry, no, I was just commenting that I had tried to, but it didn't play on my phone properly that I had with me at the time, so
Carolyn,
I did not watch it.
by chance, anyone else? Josh? I can't see anyone else, so, okay. Well, one of you have done your due diligence.
Yeah, Paulette, I won't tolerate that kind of talking to us like that.
No, of
Thank
course
you.
not. Okay,
That's not fair.
that's fine, but this is recorded, so this will be good. Unfortunately, I'm trying to get what I put out here this morning, and I'm just gonna have to go by memory. Infrasound. What is it exactly? It's a wave phenomena of the same physical nature. Anyways, it attacks your body. Through this wave, constant wave, because it's a humming, from these units. I mean, if you allow a small unit, approve a small unit, what's to say the bigger ones aren't coming in? And I'd sure like to know, you know, how much your hands are tied in this, because it was a provincial grant, which should be government grant, said instead, which is us taxpayers that are on the hook for this, and this numbered company fella that's making the application. So where I'm going with this is, if your hands are tied and you've got this solidified as a yes, let's go for it, you should be voting with your conscience. Because consciously, this should not be acceptable within the boundaries of this municipality. Can you just imagine for 1 minute if you actually stood up on behalf of your people and said no to this project and many others like it, which will follow with the new clean energy, as we all know? You let one in, you let them all in. So if the provincial government is forcing your hands in this because it's for the greater good, why don't you all have a backbone and say no? No, immediately. Because of what? Why would you say no? For health reasons. That should be one of your 3 that you have in your choices of why you're not approving. Like Ed said a couple weeks ago, health should be number 1. in any of this. It's a shame that we don't have a true democracy here. And it's becoming a puppet show. So I implore you to do more research on this and actually be an MD in the whole province that actually stood up against this for once and for all. Probably in Western Canada, if not all of Canada, because we know the ties are nefarious to this. We know that the NGO, your Stantec company that you've hired, is affiliated with BlackRock. Who's affiliated with BlackRock? Larry. WEF. United Nations. All of it is pure evil. And if you want to find yourself imprisoned in a control system, you just keep allowing these little encroachments. They start small because, you know, they're testing the waters. So I implore you and I pray over you to do the right thing and actually make the right decision. No to this applicant and many others that will follow, because the pressure's on thick, isn't it? From the municipal affairs, from the governing bodies that be, to try to push this through, ram this down the people's throat while they can. You all had a 20% raise.
Thank you, Paulette.
Quite a bit.
Are you talking about what you're talking about, or you're talking
Yeah,
about raises?
But the raises, now you're going to have to do the work for it. Because nobody at the end of the day, I'll invest in a Raspberry Cube if I have to, and take the before and after readings of these things. And if you want NOLs on each of you personally and the administration, notice of liabilities, you better be well aware of class action lawsuits that will come with this.
Okay, Paulette, you're done. Your time is done. You're threatening council right now. So
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
bringing it to reality.
No, you're threatening council,
Barry,
Paulette. Don't, Paulette.
know.
Paulette, I'm the chair here.
That's fine.
You're threatening council.
Oh, yeah, you're taking it as a threat. The
Well,
reality is what it is. Vote with a conscience and do the right thing. Because you know the data's out there, and if you didn't do your due diligence, it's on your head.
Yeah, thank you, Paulette.
That's right.
Mr. Garnier? You sure? Okay. Thank you. Councillor Crick.
Thank you. I had my microphone on the whole time. I was hoping to talk sooner, but everybody was paying so much attention. I did watch the video that was referenced in that presentation, and the presenter seemed fairly biased to me. It could be what he was saying about sound lower than what we can hear is true. I don't really know, but the presentation was kind of biased. And as far as the data center goes, I understand there's some concerns. They've been addressed. We had some time to do some research on it and think about it. And I don't think that I don't see any reason not to approve it myself. I think it's, the solar panels are accepted provincially. The application says they have to follow all provincial and federal legislation. So I'm okay with going ahead with it.
Thank you. Any other? Well, I'd just like to say something. I just heard again that the provincial government or whoever, the federal government's forcing us as a council. That's total hogwash. I've never been any minister, any premier or anyone from either government has ever approached us to tell us that we have to do this. These guys came in just like any other development, and they check more boxes than probably most developments in the MD if you want to be if you really want to think about it. So,
Yeah.
someone like to make a motion now, or someone else want to,
I'll bring it back on the table.
yeah? All right, thank you, Deputy Reeve Fideo, for making this motion. The council approves development permit application number 2026D005 for a minor rural industrial use for solar and data processing facility as part of the Southeast 1263-6 west of the 4th M as discretionary use as Part 6, Section 58, and Part 7, Section 69.2 of the land use bylaw with the following conditions before you. Any other discussions on this motion? Okay, I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take a 10-minute break because we have something at 9:30. Thank you. Okay. Hey, welcome from Cold Lake Wing. Who we got here?
Morning, sir. You have Lieutenant Colonel Renaud Duran, and we have Janae Wendler with me as well.
Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Perfect. Thank you, sir and Councillor. So this morning, I'm here to speak about the Cold Lake Air Show. And essentially, our aim of the presentation is be seeking sponsorship from the Municipal District of Bonneville for the air show occurring on the 18th and the 19th of July. Do I have control? Just scroll it down. You got it? Okay, correct. Scroll further down. So just for the air show, some statistics that perhaps folks aren't aware of. If you go down, there's a bit of a list of the economic impact on the Lakeland region. So we've estimated about 80% of the visitors coming to the air show are at least traveling an hour away from the Lakeland community. And that's a direct contribution to the economic of the region at about 8 million directly. Indirectly, we're estimating about 2.5 times this amount, so about 20 million. And essentially, it's the indirect impact is stemming from expansions of businesses, local businesses, following air shows. Just because we have more exposures to these businesses to a larger audience triggered by the air show. So again, at camping site, beaches, parks, golf course, everything during that weekend gets utilized, and folks get to see it and are interested in coming back on the later years. If you scroll down, there's also other impact beyond the economical, obviously, a bit of a civic pride to show our community, but also a lot of the tourism. So as mentioned, many folks tend to return to Cold Lake after air shows, just after seeing the region itself and enjoying it during the 2 days of the air show. And we're estimating about 30,000 people over the weekend of the air show. So usually about 20,000 on the Saturday. It's always a more popular day, and about 10,000 the following day.
And you may have heard in 2024, the International Council of Air Shows did award the Cold Lake Air Show the Dick Schramm Memorial Community Relations Award. And this is actually Cold Lake is one of the only Canadian air shows to win this award. CFB Borden won it back in 1997, and the award has been handed out for almost 38 years. So it was a great testament to the show that we were able to put on. As you were aware, we had a lot of smoke and things. We really had to pivot, and the community just pulled together in such a wonderful way, and it was a really great honor that we were able to receive this award. And I encourage you to check out our YouTube channel at Cold Lake Air Show. We have a couple of videos about the award, and we also have a great community video that we created to showcase just our relationship with the community. It's really great.
And if you scroll down, you'll get the exciting part. So last year, we did had quite a lot of lineup as far as performers. We did have the F-35s, Harvards, we did have B-52s for static displays, and obviously the mighty F-35s as well. You can see in most of those pictures, we had lots of smoke. So as Janine mentioned, we had to kind of pivot as a community and figure out, okay, how we're gonna have a good show despite the challenge of the smokes. As you scroll down, you get to see some of the static displays that we've had. The C-5 Galaxy aircraft, top right corner behind or below the F-35 is the load standard. Technicians demonstrating a load on the aircraft, so it would generate quite a lot of attention. We're also able to pivot in a flexible manner and bring aircraft that didn't fly because of the smoke into the static area so that folks can visit those aircraft. A lot of it is also staffed by the military individuals, and so that air show, we ended up having a lot more interactions with the public, and they really loved it. The military community in Cold Lake is about a third of the Cold Lake community, and interestingly enough, it's not known by all what we do, and the air show helps us provide that to the community. Here's what we do, explain our trades, and as you see, there's a lot of proud military members. They're very happy to show the kids how to load guns, how to work the aircraft, and all the things that they know. This year, we're gonna expand on that a bit more and have a dedicated portion of the air show just for aircraft technicians trades, but also any trades we have within the CAFT and aircraft and whatnot. And if you go further down, this is the same breakdown we're gonna do this year. It's a 2-day show, lots of folks for the entire time. Most folks will do the whole 2 days because they're traveling from quite afar. And so usually a 1 day would be spent at the air show and then another day would be spent either in town visiting the local businesses. As far as the military workforce goes, we tend to give a day of work for for the members, and then the other day is they can essentially enjoy the air show as a spectator. So a lot of the military folks will bring in their family over from quite afar, and they get to show the Lakeland community to their family. We already have the F-22 Raptor. That's been confirmed. Snowbirds are coming as well, and we're gonna do a lot of static displays. The B-52 will be coming back. There'll be food vendor, kids zone as well, and then the classic car show will be returning. We do have a few new initiatives. If you scroll it down, we'll hit a better VIP experience. We bought those gigantic screens, so we'll have to live stream the air show. So if you're a spectator, you're a bit far from the action, you'll be able to see it from those jumbo screens, as well as the app would be improved. And again, as mentioned, we're looking at having a dedicated part of the air show just with military members, explaining their trades, what they do, what the base does, and it won't be confined to the Air Force. It will be the Army, the Navy, and much, much more. So we're quite excited about that because it's been a known fact about the spectators that they really enjoy the interaction with the military members. And again, our intention is to seek sponsorship from the District of Bonneville. That is it for our presentation, sir. Councilors.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? These are too easy here. Oh, we got to the question. Now they'll take questions.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you guys for the air show. It's one of our highlights in our area. Brings out a lot of ministers from the city, and the premier here was last. We didn't get a chance to see her last time, but a lot of the ministers stick around, and we could showcase some of our. We got to showcase one of the ministers, our Canuso and stuff, to show what we have, and they were pretty impressed. So without the air show, these guys don't come out as much, so I thank you for that. And just from the residents of the MD, it's right in our backyard, so we have to take full utilization of it. It's right there, and I think the VIP tent was excellent. Even one of our guys didn't have the proper, it was orange and blue and white, and I went to the person in the front and I go, well, one of our guys got the wrong armband, and we're not supposed to, but here you go. So they made it right just there on the spot, so that's what it's all about. So thank you so much. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you so much. Have a great day. Yep. Just looking for a motion. Okay, thank you. Counselor Amalia, the council accepts the presentation by, oh, I'm on the wrong one. That council accepts the presentation by Four Wing Coal Lake regarding the 2026 Coal Lake Air Show as information, and furthermore directs administration to bring the request for funding support as recreation sponsors for the event back to a future meeting of council for consideration. Any discussion on this motion? Okay, I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Is the 10 o'clock here by chance? Age friendly? Oh, what's that? Okay, can you show your hand for a vote? Yeah, okay. I guess that was a pretty fast. Okay, we'll continue with the meeting. Let's go to 9.2.1.
Morning, Council.
Morning.
All right, I'm before you today to speak to you about an RFD concerning the appointment of fire guardians for the 2026 fire permit season. Per the Forest Protection Area Act, RSA 2000, Chapter F19, Section 4, Sub 2, the Council of a Municipal District shall appoint for a term not exceeding 1 year with effect from the beginning of the fire season a sufficient number of fire guardians to enforce this act within the boundaries of the municipal district, except that part of the MD that is within the forest protection area. In preparation for the 2026 fire permit season, the following individuals require appointment by the municipal district of Bonnyville number 87 for 2026 as fire guardians. Before I read the list, I have to advise council that we had a couple of last-minute changes to the list that couldn't be amended on your screen, but I do have the proper names, and I've shared those names with Stephanie with Ledge Services, so the motion will be correct.
Thank you.
Those names are Gary Clark, BRFA District Chief East, Walter Smeal, Station Chief Goodrich, Gordon Graves, Station Chief Iron River, Dan Amalia, Station Chief Glendon, Craig Wenzel, Station Chief Bonnyville, Robert Norton, Station Chief LaCorrie, Cordell Ackert, Station Chief Fort Kent, Derek Cote with the BRFA, Ed Watrick, Michael Topilke, Baz Churko, and Diane Jenkinson. Per the FPPA, the Reeve and each councillor and the Chief Administrative Officer are by virtue of their offices fire guardians in and for the municipal district, except that part of the rural municipality that is within the forest protection area. This allows for fast reaction to changing fire conditions without the need to call a special council meeting to implement a fire ban. This reference to the strategic plan is goal number 2, enhancing safety in the community. The reference to provincial or federal legislation, once again, is the Forest and Prairie Protection Area, RSA 2000, Chapter F19, Section 4, Sub 2, and Section 4, Sub 3, and various other subsections as well. There is no funding for this request. It's funded through the BRFA. And these names will be posted through the Rural Review newspaper advertising and the MD and BRFA websites. And once again, our recommendation is the council approves the appointment of the 4 named individuals as fire guardians under the Forest and Prairie Protection Protection Act for the 2026 fire permit season. And furthermore, that council authorizes the Reeve or the Deputy Reeve in the Reeve's absence in consultation with the Bonnyville Regional Fire Authority to place, remove, and amend fire bans in the municipal district of Bonnyville outside of the forest protection area for the 2026 fire permit season. And I'll take any questions that you might have.
I don't see any. Just looking for a motion. Council? Okay, thank you. Councillor Crick for making this motion. The council approves appointment of the following individuals as fire gardens under the Forest and Prairie Protection Act for the 2026 fire permit season. The gentleman below and the one lady. Any discussion on this motion? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It worked this time, Caroline? Yes. Maybe you have one of those new computers, you just think it and it does it.
No, I was scrolling and I think it won't, I don't know.
Awesome.
But I can
Age friendly isn't here yet? I don't think so. Okay. We'll just have to start on these bylaws and get as far as we can. So 9.3.1.
Excuse myself.
Okay.
Morning, I'll recuse myself from the discussion and abstaining from the vote of bylaw 1915 land use bylaw due being absent from the public hearing in accordance with section 184 of the Municipal Government Act.
Okay, thank you. Ladies?
Administration is seeking approval for bylaw number 1915, the land use bylaw. This bylaw received first reading at the December 9th, 2025 regular meeting of council. The public hearing was scheduled and held on February 10th, 2026, with a presentation from Stantec Consulting Limited. Members of the public attended the public hearing in person and spoke to the draft LUB. A landowner spoke in support of the increased number of dwellings allowed on lands within the MD, and 2 residents spoke in general against the draft LUB. The updates to the draft LUB include adding the director as a development authority to improve the level of service, adding a reference to the agricultural district in the subdivision section of the general regulations, added airplane storage to the airport direct control district, and updated a map where a rezoning occurred during the bylaw adoption process as documented in Appendix A. Recommendation for council that bylaw 1915, being a bylaw of the municipal district of Bonnyville number 87, land use bylaw, be given second reading, and if passed, we are looking for third reading.
Okay, thank you. Someone like to make the motion? Councillor Palmer.
I'm not wanting to make the motion just yet, just a statement to those that, from the public hearing, those who are expressing great concern with this land use bylaw. I've been part of writing the land use bylaw since the 1996-97. I've been partaking in that role. Land use bylaw gets amendments throughout the year with the general public coming in and asking for these amendments. They go through a public hearing and 3 readings separately. It gets added to the front of the existing bylaw until it gets to be so many that it's impossible to be able to read that bylaw. So therefore, we open the bylaw to amend, including all these previous amendments with previous readings and public hearing into the body of the document for facilitation of being able to interpret the bylaw. I recommend this land use bylaw to move forward with the recommended condition based on my knowledge and experience with this land use bylaw. It will work for the residents, not against the residents. We have protections in there for discretionary uses that are in the gray areas and that are hard to define come back to us as a council. So therefore, I make a motion to approve the land use bylaw.
I
if
think
no
we have,
further questions.
excuse me one second. Stephanie, did we have someone to wish to speak on this? Ms. Versavage, did you wish to speak on this?
No, my first speech encompassed it all.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, Caroline, for making this motion. The bylaw number 1915 being a bylaw of the municipal, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Ed, I didn't see you. Let me finish this and then you can, okay. Being a bylaw of the municipal district of Bonnyville, number 87, land use bylaw be given second reading. Any discussion? Yes, Councillor DeShane.
Yes, at this point, I probably will not be supporting this land use bylaw till I can figure out a better language for it. As you can see from the last application that was granted, I don't believe that we are supporting our residents enough, and I will be looking for some changes in writing into these land use bylaws to help protect our residents from all kinds of developments that they don't want or don't need or that they are afraid of. So I will be asking for recommendations and better writing on some of those land use bylaws. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion on this? Okay, I'll call for the vote then. He can't. He- That's carried. Thank you. On to 9.3.2.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair?
Sorry?
Would council like to proceed
Oh,
with
yeah,
third reading?
sorry. I'm way ahead of myself. Yeah. It didn't come up on the screen and I moved to the next one. I apologize. My fault. Looking for third reading. Councillor Crick.
So we can, if we don't proceed to third reading, that gives people, they can write a letter in an email, then it'll be included 2 weeks from now, or I guess it'll be 3 weeks to the next council meeting, or no? How does that work?
Through the reef to Councillor Crick, we can not go to third reading, but if there's some major amendments that they're looking for, that wouldn't happen just between second and third reading. That would require a public hearing or something. So even if this does have third reading, the land use bylaw can be opened up at any time to go forward, but it would need a first reading and a public hearing in second and third.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, well, I'll make a motion for a third reading then.
Thank you, Councillor Crick, for making this motion of bylaw 1915 on third reading. Any discussion on this? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. Sorry, my fault, it just wasn't on the screen. That's carried, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, on to bylaw 9.3, bylaw 1916. Morning.
Good morning. Administration is seeking approval for roadway license bylaw number 1916 as described in Appendix A. No concerns were received following the 1-month public notification period. Administration is recommending that council give second reading to bylaw number 1916 and if carried to proceed to third reading.
Thank you. Councillor Crick, thank you for making this motion that bylaw number 1916 being a bylaw of the municipal district of Bonnyville number 87, roadways licensing be given second reading. Any discussion, council? I'm seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. On, looking for third reading, Councillor Palmer. Thank you for making this motion that bylaw number 1916 be given third reading. Any discussion? I'm seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. On to bylaw number 1917.
Administration is seeking approval for a roadway license bylaw number 1917 as described in Appendix A. No concerns were received following the 1-month public notification period. Administration is recommending that council give second reading to bylaw number 1917 and if carried to proceed to third reading.
Thank you. Looking for a motion. Thank you, Deputy Reeve Fadeo, for making this motion that bylaw number 1917, being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonneville, number 87, roadways and licensing, be given second reading. Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. On to third reading. Someone like to make third reading? Okay, thank you, Councillor DeShane, for making that motion, that bylaw number 1917 be given third reading. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. On to bylaw number 1918.
Administration is seeking approval for roadway license bylaw number 1918 as described in Appendix A. No concerns were received following the 1-month public notification period. Administration is recommending that council give second reading to bylaw number 1918 and if carried to proceed to third reading.
Thank you. Looking for a motion? Thank you, Councillor Palmer, for making this motion that that the bylaw number 1918 being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonneville, number 87, roadways and license be given second reading. Any discussion, council? I'm seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried. All right, looking for third reading on the same motion. Thank you, Councillor DeShane. That bylaw number 1918 be given third reading. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. On to 1919.
Administration is seeking approval for roadway license bylaw number 1919 as described in Appendix A. No concerns were received following the 1-month public notification period. Administration is recommending that council give second reading to bylaw number 1919 and if carried to proceed to third reading.
Thank you. Looking for a motion? Thank you, Councillor DeShane, for making this motion that bylaw number 1919 being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonneville, number 87, roadways and licensing be given second reading. Any discussion, council? I'm seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. Looking for third reading on 19. Thank you, Councillor Amalia, for making this motion that bylaw number 1919 be given third reading. Any discussion on this? I'm seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. Bylaw number 1920, please.
Administration is seeking approval for roadway license bylaw number 1920 as described in Appendix A. No concerns were received following the 1-month public notification period. Administration is recommending that council give second reading to bylaw number 1920 and if carried to proceed to third reading.
Thank you. Looking for a motion. Thank you, Councillor Palmer, for making this motion that bylaw number 1920 being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonneville, number 87, roadways and license be given second reading. Any discussion? I'm seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Looking for third reading. Thank you, Councillor DeShane, for making this motion that bylaw number 1920 be given third reading. Any discussion on this? I'm seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. On to 1921, please.
Administration is seeking approval for roadway license bylaw number 1921 as described in Appendix A. No concerns were received following the 1-month public notification period. Administration is recommending that council give second reading to bylaw number 1921 and if carried to proceed to third reading.
Thank you. You're doing a better job than I am. All right, looking for second reading, please. Yeah, thank you, Councillor Amalia, for making this motion that bylaw number 1921, being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonneville, number 87, roadways and licensing, be given second reading. Any discussion, council? I'm not seeing any. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Looking for a third reading. Thank you, Councillor Palmer, for making that motion that bylaw number 1921 be given third reading. Any discussion? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you. On to 1922, please.
Administration is seeking approval for roadway license bylaw number 1922 as described in Appendix A. No concerns were received following the 1-month public notification period. Administration is recommending that council give second reading to bylaw number 1922 and if carried to proceed to third reading.
Thank you. Looking for second reading. Thank you, Councillor DeShane, for making that motion. That bylaw number 1922 being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonneville, number 87, roadways and licensing be given second reading. Any discussion? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you. Looking for third reading, please. Deputy Reeve Fideo, thank you for making this motion that bylaw number 1922 be given third reading. Any discussion? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. On to 1923, please.
Administration is seeking approval for roadway license bylaw number 1923 as described in Appendix A. No concerns were received following the 1-month public notification period. Administration is recommending that council give second reading to bylaw number 1923 and if carried to proceed to third reading.
Thank you. Looking for a motion? Yeah, thank you. Councillor Palmer for making the motion that bylaw number 1923 being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonneville, number 87, roadways and licensing be given second reading. Any discussion, council? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Looking for third reading. Thank you, Councillor Crick, for making this motion that bylaw number 1923 be given third reading. Any discussion? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you. On to 1924, please.
Administration is seeking approval for roadway license bylaw number 1924 as described in Appendix A. No concerns were received following the 1-month public notification period. Administration is recommending that council give second reading to bylaw number 1924 and if carried to proceed to third reading.
Thank you. Looking for a motion, council. Thank you, Councillor Amalia, for making this motion that bylaw number 1924 being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonneville, number 87, roadways license be given second reading. Any discussion, council? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. Okay, that's carried. Looking for third. All right, thank you, Councillor Crick, for making this motion that bylaw number 1924 be given third reading. Any discussion? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Looking for 1926, please.
Administration is seeking approval for roadway license bylaw number 1926 as described in Appendix A. No concerns were received following the 1-month public notification period. Administration is recommending that council give second reading to bylaw number 1926, and if carried, to proceed to third reading.
Thank you so much. Counselor DeShane?
To
Yes, go ahead.
I noticed that when it comes to licensing the CNRL or industry road licensing, their application name's on there, but for a lot of these agricultural or service, the smaller service entries, I see no names on the applications. Is there a reason for that?
I'll ask admin.
Through the Reeve, the applicant, the way that they applied, the name that they used is what's used in the bylaw itself, same as CNRL.
Okay.
That's good, Ed? Okay. Yes. Looking for a motion for 1926, yeah, Counselor DeShane? Thank you for making that motion, that bylaw number 1926 being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonneville number 87, roadway and licensing be given second reading. Any discussion? I'm seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. Third reading on this? Thank you, Councillor Crick, for making that motion, that bylaw number 1926 be given third reading. Any discussion, council? Nope. I'll call for the vote. That's carried, thank you. On to 1928, please.
Administration is requesting a decision for first reading of roadway license bylaw number 1928, authorizing the MD of Bonneville to enter into an agreement to license the roadway as described in Appendix A and in accordance with policy number 3A.018 to be used to deter the public from driving into lots 5, 6, and 7, Block 4, Plan 5160TR through the use of one gate across the no-exit roadway. Bylaw number 1928 is the renewal of an existing roadway license bylaw number 1825, which expired December 31st, 2025. A copy of the roadway license agreement application was provided to internal departments for review and recommendation, and there were no concerns. Administration is recommending that council give first reading to bylaw number 1928.
Thank you. Looking for a motion? Second. Thank you, Councillor Kaluk, for making this motion, that bylaw number 1928 being a bylaw of the Municipal District of Bonneville number 87, roadways and license to be given first reading. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Is there other delegation here? Yes? Okay. No? All right. Let's go to, does someone need a break or keep trucking? Keep trucking? Let's go to 9.4.1.
Good morning, Council.
Morning.
This is not another roadway licensing bylaw, but I'm going to jump into the Fort Kent Recreation Park update. So during the 2026 budget deliberations, it was requested to receive confirmation from the public regarding what they would prefer for usage at the Fort Kent Recreation area. A survey was sent out and completed by the public that confirms the intended plan as presented to council. The survey offered 3 choices. A total of 35 responses were received, with 57% of the respondents in favor of replacing the current rink boards with a bike pump track for summer use with leisure ice for winter skating. 37% preferred replacing the current rink boards to keep the rink as is, and 6% preferred the removal of the rink and leaving it as an open green field. The Parks and Recreation Department is requesting to proceed with the bike pump track as approved during budget deliberations to satisfy the public's request to also retain the rink for the next season while the pump track is implemented. They would repair and maintain the existing boards using funds from their operating budget. And the rationale for this reflects the majority preference and delivers year-round recreation pump track in summer, leisure ice in winter. It also aligns with council's approved 2026 capital direction while minimizing service disruption, and provides a transition period for users who rely on the boarded rink and allows us to monitor usage before any future decommission decision. Reference to the strategic plan is promote community development. Cost and source of funding is $158,000 funded from the Parks and Recreation Infrastructure Reserve as approved in the 2026 capital budget. The public will be notified of the upgrades through social media and our project progress. And administration has recommended action that council directs administration to proceed with the Fort Kent Recreational Park project as presented, implementing a bike pump track for summer use with leisure ice for winter skating. Any questions?
Councillor Crick.
Just want to say thank you to the administration for doing the survey and just engaging with the residents that way. And we've heard from them as we've heard here today. So I think I'll make a motion for option 1 to go ahead with it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Councillor Crick, for making this motion that council directs administration to proceed with the Fort Kent Recreation Park project as presented, implementing a bike pump track for summer use with leisure ice for winter skating. Any discussion on this motion, council? I'm not seeing it. I'll call for the vote. That's carried.
Thank you.
9.4.2.
Good morning, Reeve and Council.
Morning.
Today, we are looking at the Municipal Climate Change Action Center, and it's a grant opportunity for the C2 with regards to a retrofit to a condenser boiler system for their domestic hot water and their space heating within the facility. The Municipal Climate Change Action Center is a group made up by Alberta municipalities, RMA, and Government of Alberta. The opportunity in front of us is swapping out capital dollars in the amount of approximately $280,000 in order to facilitate this project that was identified by the C2 in 2025 for the 2026 capital budget. With the aging current domestic hot water system and the space heating boilers, and through a third-party audit that went through just doing calculations on the required heating loads of the building, it looks like there could be approximately $76,000 per annum that will be taken off their operating budget as well. Within this, the criteria of this project as well, there is a bonus rebate. So if the project results 20% or greater reduction of facility-wide emissions, there's an additional 10% bonus that can be applied for once the system is in place. Within the strategy, if council would like to move forward with the application, we would notify C2, work with them as they do have some quotes, and we are going to be working with them on this project. We did need the municipality to apply, as we are one of the owners of the building. So recommendation is that council approves submitting a provincial grant application to the CEG in the amount of $280,000 to complete supply and install a boiler replacement of domestic hot water and space heating boilers in the Bonnyville and District Centennial Center.
Okay, thank you. Questions or Councillor Crick, Councillor Deschênes first, then Councillor Crick.
It sounds like a great initiative. The savings will come back to us in a few years on on the efficiency of that unit. Has there been any discussion or investigation onto the life length of that equipment? Will it be as strong and healthy as the one that's been in there for the last few years?
Yeah, through to Councillor Duchesne. I can definitely look into it. The current system that was in there was over 20 years old with the inception of the facility. And I know that the GM of the current facility does have quite the background within the infrastructure of the facility, looking at these condenser boilers. But I can get you some more direct answers regarding the life cycle of the units that are going in.
Well, if he's got the experience, he's probably got the knowledge to know what he's going to purchase. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Kelly, he's on top of a lot of that stuff. He's a pretty sharp guy. Yeah, thank you, Ed, for that question. Councillor Crick.
Yeah, just noticing it's like $560,000 to replace the boiler. I didn't see the stuff about the RMA and the climate change stuff you mentioned in our report here.
Yeah.
I'm not worried at all about climate change. We have weather all the time and always have and always will. But if it's $280,000, and why not get it?
Councillor Amalia.
Yeah, Josh kind of hit half of what I had to say, but through the reef to Frank. We have total cost, as he said, 560. 50% grant leaves it at 280. And I'm assuming that the cost will then be split. Like, it's not the MD itself that we're paying the rest of the 280 because it is a joint venture. Would that be correct?
Yeah, through to Councillor Amalia. That is correct. We are also looking at other opportunities to stack the grant, so potentially there'll be no cost. But yes, should there be any remaining cost, it will be split 50-50 for capital with both the town and the MD.
Thank you.
Just looking for a motion. Yeah, Councillor Crick. Thank you, Councillor Crick, for making this motion. The council approves submitting a provincial grant application for the community energy grant in the amount of $280,000 to complete, supply and install the boiler replacement of domestic hot water and space heating boilers in the Bonneville and District C2 Center. Any other discussion on this motion? Yes, Councillor Crick.
Yeah, sorry. I do, just because you mentioned the climate change stuff there. Is there any other like strings attached or anything else we have to do to get this grant? Okay, thank you.
I kind of like you with your deep voice. Any other discussion? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you. Thanks. Anyone from Age Friendly yet?
Mr. Reeve, it looks like there was a miscommunication with the times. They were under the impression their delegation was at 11, so they are on schedule to be here for 11.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, thank you. Yep, 10-minute break. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and all of council. We're going to wait for a picture to come up. Thank you on the big screen. Once again, 86 Cancer was a great success on several different levels. One, the Reeve now has 2 years as the shutout champion. I believe you defended it and you did win the shutout again. Is that correct?
Yeah, I guess I did.
Furthermore,
can I say something on that?
By all means, Mr. Chair.
So the mayor of Bonneville said her kids were chirping her about that I'm gonna beat her and stuff like that. But with all honesty, if you use the gun and a target, she came closer to net on all 3 shots. I might have got 2 in, but my third or second shot was like 7 feet out. So hers were like 2 feet on either side and then 1 down the middle. I got 2 in by accident, hit a post and went in. So I have to say that the mayor of Bonneville, she didn't get 2 in, but she had a better grouping than me. So I'm just letting her kids know that she actually shot better than me in a grouping. So I won the I won just like the US won yesterday, which they didn't deserve or on whatever. I outplayed them, but she outplayed me, but I won, so. I didn't say that, did I? All right, I'm still proud of Canada. Here we go.
Furthermore, over the last 2.5 weeks, I've been approached for well over 24 people to make the following statements. Statement number one, that's just pretty clear. The community counts in each and every one of you councillors. You going above and beyond means the things that the Winter Games were successful. A lot of the community members said they could not believe that councillor's out again. Oh, wow, it's that early and they were there. So without a doubt, I'm speaking on behalf of the community. The community would like to thank you either for the 86 cancer, the idea that you're out there every time, and you're part of the Winter Games. So on behalf of the community, we thank you. As for other correspondence items, we have 10, and I have none to review.
Anybody have any to review, or someone like to make a motion? Okay, sorry. Thank you, Councillor Palmer, for making the motion that council accepts the following correspondence as information. The ones before you. Any discussion on this motion? I'm seeing none. I'll call for the vote. That's carried. Thank you. Reports from members of council. Deputy Reeve.
Yeah, as far as reports on official committee stuff, just at the Cold Lake Library, they are kind of funding has kind of become a little bit of an issue, and so they're looking for grants and different ways to try to raise some money. And then just before the last meeting, yeah, it was Alberta Winter Games were a big part of what I was involved in, and just busy doing all that stuff. So yeah, thank you. It was great. It was yeah, the feedback from people from other places, you know, obviously. Again, we're pretty happy with the town, the city, Glendon, and everywhere they went. So it was yeah, hats off to everybody.
Thank you. Councillor Crick.
You had a lodge board meeting. I think it's just kind of business as usual there. Winter Games opening ceremony, attended that. Also attended the Bonnyville Seed Cleaning Plant AGM. We've had some discussions here about that, so I wanted to go to that. And I've also had a lot of calls and emails about the Muriel Lake Bridge on the southeast side, so just wanted to make mention of that. That's about it for me.
Thank you. Councillor Palmer.
So our Lakeland Lodge and Housing attended it with Josh as well. Chamber meeting was canceled this month. The Winter Games were an experience. It was a lot of fun seeing these kids, meeting the buses. And in my case, it was like herding cats because I had the Ringette 13 to 14 age group. So that was a lot of fun, and there was a full bus. So I think those buses held 30 to 35 kids. So that was a lot of fun. Then, of course, being part of escorting the minister and his aides to the ski hill, driving down that hill and coming around the corner. And as anyone who's been there, you can kind of see the upward look of the hill. And he was literally like this in the window in the passenger seat, totally enthralled. And I'm sure if we ever check the car, I think his nose print might be on this passenger window. Very, very thrilled with the hill. I have FCSS tomorrow meeting. This past Sunday, Ed and I attended the 4-H as judges, and it was a very inspirational and a learning opportunity for me to see these young kids and how brave they are to stand in a community hall full of people. The subject matter, which kind of caught me in a few places, where as a young man, if I would meet the premise, if I could spend a day with the Prime Minister, what would I tell him? And I would tell him he needs to work a little harder. So these are the kind of responses we got. So it was an enjoyable afternoon, and I certainly hope more kids will take part of that, because that's teaching these kids how to communicate, how to move forward in a very difficult world. It was great. And I'm done. Thanks.
Yeah, that 4-H pup speaking helps a lot of kids. You know, it sucks when you got to do it when you're young, but then when you have to do let's say MC a wedding or say a speech at a best man, something like that, it really helped you a lot. And I noticed that with my own kids. They did it did wonders for them. So yeah, thank you. Who's next? Councillor Amalia, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I did touch on the previous week, the Winter Games and stuff, last meeting here, but in the week since, I've had the blessing of being able to be part of that 86 cancer hockey game. And I hadn't heard about it last year, but I wasn't able to attend, and so I was thankful that I was able to be there this year and just see all the workers and the things that they do to raise money for cancer patients directly. We had a LARA board meeting at St. Paul Seed Cleaning Plant yesterday, some discussion about some upcoming business and things like that. Oops, I forgot to write down, but I'm sure you've all seen an invitation. Their AGM in Flat Lake is coming up in the near future. Glendon Library Board was last evening, and they expressed thanks for the, well, still interim budget, but still for the committed funds that is being sent to them and some of their upcoming projects. Yeah, I guess yeah, other than just the usual driving around and checking things out and phone calls type of things, that's what I've been doing.
Thank you. Councillor Klug?
I only attended one because I was gone on vacation, but I was at the Cold Lake Regional Utilities Service Commission. Basically, it was a video on the new waste treatment plant they were doing. And they also talked that they're getting an extra grant from the provincial government. They missed a step somewhere down the line, but they're gonna get a little extra funding for it. And that was it. They adjourned it real early. It was like a 25-minute meeting.
Okay, thank you. Councillor DeShane.
I'm not sure how far back we got to go, but I attended on the 2nd of February a Greater North Lodge Foundation meeting in Lac La Biche, and they asked one of us to represent there and find out that their meetings are the same day as our regular meetings today. So hopefully we can reschedule something and I'll be able to attend more of their meetings, but I got introduced to their council and staff and directors, and it was nice to meet all those people. I didn't know, I don't think any of them from the past, but good bunch of people. And after listening to the province and the premier talk about how important seniors lodging and housing and what's coming up, it's I think I'm gonna push to be part of that group more and attend as much as I can with them and make sure that we're informed and they're informed and be part of it. Some of the other things I attended, Immunicore was online, the trail system, and they're going ahead with tree planting. They're having some troubles with landowners tearing their trees off their right-of-ways, clearing land, wrecking fences. Got lots of little things they're dealing with. The MD has helped me bring forward some information to them for their investments, to keep their investments up as best they can. I thank the staff for that, for helping me with that. Other than that, I'd like to thank you guys for being part of the Winter Games. I was ill and I didn't want to spread around my germs, so I didn't help you guys out, but thank you for all helping there. I will have some questions in the future about these land use bylaws, and I'm still waiting on parks, information from the province on these parks, changes that they want to do north of us here, and so I appreciate the staff for working with me on that very much. Thank you. That's all I have.
Yeah, we need to look into that, Ed, for sure. Yeah. I guess I'm just going to touch on the Winter Games. Most of the other stuff is covered. I was honored to give out some awards with Deputy Reeve Fadea at Ski Hill. And I had a chance to stand for a few minutes before they gave out the medals to a couple ladies that I think are they know their stuff. They've been around and they've been in skiing for a long time. And they couldn't get over saying how much our staff at the Hill and the MD, like MD staff, helped them. Like, it didn't matter what they asked for, they jumped to the pump for them, so kudos. And then, like, no more than 10 minutes after I was done talking to them, Ben was giving awards, and the gentleman that was giving the awards, he said it on the mic, how he was so happy, how it turned out and how thankful the staff almost said the same kind of words as the lady that said to me privately. So that was made a guy feel pretty good as the Reeve of the MD, and that you get that kind of response. And then I was in Glendon for a while. I was kind of as many places I could go to, but at Glendon, people would come up and they'd start talking to them, and they were so impressed of a little area like that had a facility like that. So I'm glad we put money into that facility to make it like it'll be a first class kind of a little town kind of a facility. So I'm very proud of that as well. Thank you to all the council that could attend. Ed, don't worry, you'll get the next one. You were pretty sick. I didn't think you'd go too far anywhere. So yeah, I sound a lot better now. So you've been suffering with that for quite some time. So yeah, I'd like to thank council for all they did in the Alberta Winter Games. I think it was a great success. Also, I saw where the kids ate at the GenMax Center there. Darcy Scarson took that on, and man, he did a great job. And he said he couldn't believe there was that many kids. If you were at the grand opening, if you've seen all the kids that were in the grand opening, and I think more than half of those came through Bonneville to eat. So that's a lot of mouths to feed in a short time. So thank you to everyone that had a part, and all the volunteers in our area, surrounding areas that took part of that. Couldn't do it without you. It's impossible. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts here at council. And yeah, all right. We're going to need a motion to go into camera, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, delegation is here. Sorry, ladies. I forgot about you for like 1 second. Yeah. Oh, it's no big deal. Yeah, yes, you can. Yeah. Yeah, just leave a $5 bill in each flyer and. No. Hey, how you doing? It's good to see you.
Okay. So this is on, you can hear me okay? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I got a loud voice anyway.
I had too many hours on the farm. It's the deafness coming. Yeah. You can turn your mic on too, please. Thank you.
So first and foremost, we wanted to thank you for sponsoring the Cold Lake Ice Fishing Tournament again this year. It was another huge success. So we very much appreciate it. And you guys went above and beyond by helping us get the roads cleared out so that the anglers could actually get on the ice. So very much appreciated. We couldn't have done it without you. So thank you very much.
You're welcome very much.
So why we're here today. Age Friendly Cold Lake has been approached by several different municipalities and people within municipalities, just stating that they're really interested in the services that Age Friendly Cold Lake offers, and they're interested in starting to get those done again, or have those services in their communities as well too. So we have really become, over the last 5 years, a precedent-setting organization when it comes to home support services for seniors and community. I'm just going to read this here quickly. It says, Age Friendly Cold Lake has become precedent-setting organization in Alberta and actually across Canada. We are receiving ongoing requests from agencies, municipalities, and community organizations seeking mentorship, guidance, and program models to help them develop their own rural home support services. Our work is being recognized as a leading example of how to build accessible, affordable, and community-driven seniors in rural regions. So we just wanted to have a brief conversation with you in regards to what a rural organization could actually look like and what are the benefits to the municipalities for having services from Age Friendly Cold Lake falling under the umbrella of Age Friendly Cold Lake, to provide services for seniors who are underserved, isolated, vulnerable, and falling through the cracks. That's really who we focus on. That's our main demographic. Bonnie's just going to mention a little bit about Age Friendly Cold Lake, just in case you weren't aware. So I'm Kathy Ost. I'm the Executive Director with Age Friendly Cold Lake, and this is Bonnie Folkhart. She is our Chair for Age Friendly Cold Lake.
So, hi, good morning, everybody. This sort of gives a little bit of a background of who we are in case some, especially people who are not familiar with Age Friendly. So we were incorporated in 2019. I was part of the inception. I remember we started off our meetings in our little boardroom at FCSS and brought cookies and had dreams. So we are a nonprofit, community-based organization. We're committed to supporting area seniors by providing home support services that allow them to age in place and in their choice as long as possible. We've developed essential programs and services delivered by professional staff and committed volunteers. We will continue to develop innovative solutions to the challenges experienced by our seniors and their caregivers as we look to the future needs of an aging population in Cold Lake and all the surrounding areas within the Lakeland. So our mission and our vision, so we're really proud of this. So our mission is we support underserved seniors in Cold Lake and surrounding area with practical, compassionate services that foster independence, dignity, and connection through every stage of aging. Our vision, so we envision a future where underserved seniors are not left behind. Age Friendly Cold Lake is recognized as the trusted resource for seniors and caregivers through reducing barriers, filling service gaps, and improving quality of life through every stage of aging, including end of life.
So currently, we are already providing some services in Bonnyville and the MD. You did ask us a couple of questions to come prepared to answer, and we will answer those questions. But we are already providing these services, basically in the MD in Bonnyville by word of mouth. It's not by promotion or advertising, where we're going to start, and you may have noticed a little bit more advertising and promotion for the Bonnyville and MD, because we're now offering a caregiver support group here in the Bonnyville Healthcare Center, and we're also running a respite program for caregivers through the French Cultural Society. It's a one-day program each month, and it offers 5 hours of respite care for caregivers who are looking after somebody with dementia. So we're already starting to come into the area anyway. We've had quite a few conversations with Shelley Franklin from the hospital, and she was quite stunned that she wasn't aware of who Age Friendly Cold Lake was when we were having our conversation, or the services that we offer. And transportation is massive gap in need for those who need to get to medical appointments. So we will be doing expanding our transportation program in Bonnyville and the MD starting immediately. So we're really proud and excited to be working with Shelley and with the Bonnyville FCSS as well to make that happen. So we're really excited about that. So what do we offer for a regional level type service? Age Friendly Cold Lake, I'm just going to, again, if you want to follow with your pamphlets, Age Friendly Cold Lake is established infrastructure. We have the governance and the operational systems to make things work. We've got experienced staff and trained volunteers. We have strong community partnerships across health, social services, and other nonprofits. Our transportation system and scheduling process has been extremely effective and fruitful. Access to federal and provincial and municipal grants for registered charities, and proven program models already functioning successfully in Cold Lake. So we can offer that expertise in developing, and it's not just Bonnyville and the MD. We have been approached from the Elk Point Seniors Advocacy Committee. We've gone and done a presentation with them, and they had council members present at that meeting as well. And St. Paul has mentioned many times over the last several years that they would also like to see age-friendly Cold Lake services there. We have the support of Scott Sear. He's actually written letters of support for us in getting transportation grants and some of the other grants that we apply for as well. So we've got the support of the municipalities, the communities, I should say. We've got the support of Scott Sear, and I think we're starting to move in the right direction. So what are the benefits of a regional infrastructure? Municipalities benefit cost-effective, non-duplicated service delivery. Municipalities gain a single coordinated service provider instead of fragmented or duplicated efforts. Seniors receive more equitable access to services regarding of income or location. Seniors across the region maintain independence longer, reducing strain on the medical system. And clearer pathways for seniors to access services and reduce caregiver burnout across the communities. And along with caregiver burnout, we're also looking at what happens when a caregiver gets burned out, and then we're looking at elder abuse. We are working with the Alberta Coordinated Community Response to Elder Abuse team. We're hoping that by May we will have a part-time position for somebody to actually coordinate with the RCMP in different municipalities as well, victim services, and just making sure that we're not only creating awareness, but we're actually responding to incidents of elder abuse. So who do we work with? And this isn't inclusive, we just ran out of room on the page, so we put as many of the key ones that we work with here. So the Cold Lake Healthcare Center, Bonnyville Healthcare Center, that is where our caregiver support group works, and the referrals for new transportation will be coming from there as well. Assisted Living Alberta Home Care, Assisted Living Alberta Social Workers. We work with the doctors, the PCN, nurse practitioners, nurses, emergency room, acute care. Health Canada is one of our funders, Caregivers Alberta, Stepping Stones Crisis Center, the RCMP in Cold Lake, and I will mention that we have had calls from the RCMP office in Belleville, sorry, I was used to be from Belleville, from Bonnyville, and he was just seeking information and wanting to know what our services were and what situations could they call us in if there was a necessity to call us. So I didn't include them on here because we haven't actually worked with them, but they have expressed interest. So I thought that was really important as well. We also work with the Cold Lake and District FCSS, the Bonnyville FCSS, the Alzheimer's Society of Alberta and the Northwest Territories, Cold Lake Lodge Long-Term Care, Points West Living, Cold Lake Community Church, NavCare Canada, and the Dragonfly Crisis Center. So, and as I said, we didn't have enough room to put everybody else on there, but we work quite extensively with a lot of organizations and a lot of other nonprofits as well too. One of the things that we're looking at is how do we create this, because we've got the expertise, we've got the drive, we've got the willingness. We're excited about creating a regional approach to age-friendly Cold Lake. The name Age-Friendly Lakeland is being floated around, so that was actually Rhonda's idea from FCSS. She put that one out there for us, and we think it's a great name. So that's sort of the direction that we would like to go. In order to make that happen, as I was saying, Age-Friendly Cold Lake can't do it on our current budget or with our current staffing system, but we certainly have the ability to create age-friendly Lakeland communities. So we did come up with the ultimate regional impact. So Age-Friendly Cold Lake becomes the regional backbone organization, ensuring that seniors, especially those who cannot afford private services, lack transportation, face physical or cognitive barriers that prevent them from safely navigating local or out-of-town medical travel, or are simply falling through the cracks, receive consistent and equitable support across all municipalities. By working under one umbrella, municipalities could reduce duplication, strengthen service quality, and ensure no other senior in the region is left behind. The other benefit to that, currently right now, we're all going after the same dollars. So I'm applying for funds through Healthy Aging Alberta, FCSS is doing it. So we're competing for the same dollars. It would make much more sense, common sense, to have a regional approach where we could go after stronger grants, more funding as a region than we are as individual organizations. I think it's just a much bigger impact. We have come up with our sponsorship packages. We know that there is a little bit of duplication when we talk about it. You'll see that the sponsorship opportunities, there is some explanation in there as well too. You'll see that there is a little bit of duplication in some of the categories, but that's done intentionally. We may not have somebody that can come on for, let's say, $50,000, but we may have somebody that can come on for $5,000 that still deserves to have meaningful recognition for their support. So we've kind of made it so that it fits many different categories. Obviously, the more that sponsorship level is agreed upon, obviously the more that you're going to get. So to answer some of your questions, so as we started, Age-Friendly Cold Lake, as we talked about, was identified as a trusted resource across the province. Healthy Aging Alberta is our regional program developer, and they're our major funder. Their regional program developer actually lives in Bonnyville, and he's an amazing fellow. You may have met him, Michael Polinsky. He's a great guy. But along with all of the grants that we have received in the past, I belong to multiple community of practice committees. And through that, we all network, we all interact, we share resources, we talk about what's working, what's not working. And we have people, seriously, right across Canada, and these are national, so we have people right across Canada phoning me saying, how did you do this? And what obstacles did you have? And can you send us maybe your bylaws, or can you send us this? Can we do this? Can we talk to you on a regular basis? Like, we get all of these phone calls all the time. So through all of that, we're doing a lot of networking, and that's how Shelley actually found out about us. We have a Connecting People in Communities to Live Well is an organization, provincial organization that I've been affiliated with for the last 3 years. Bonnyville is just starting up with that group right now. I think they've had 3 or 4 meetings, and that's how Shelley became. And that's how, that's how Shelley became aware of us and how that initial meeting with the Bonnyville Healthcare Center started. So I already told you about Shelley being really, really surprised. And we know that there are for-profit businesses out there. We know that, that offer some of the similar services. The significant impact of people who are low income, isolated, vulnerable, those are the people that cannot afford for-profit businesses. So we have a whole demographic that's getting left behind and falling through the cracks. So we talked about a point, sorry. So long story short, I guess, to get to some of the key questions that you had asked, currently we do not receive any funding from the town of Bonnyville. However, we are planning on making a delegation to the town of Bonnyville as well. So that's coming up in the near future. The City of Cold Lake, they do support our annual fishing tournament every year to the tune of $20,000. We have been successful with the City of Cold Lake's inclusion and infrastructure grant. And we have had some municipal funding, not in any large sums at this point, but we have had it where they've covered some of our utilities and telephone and some of those costs as well. So we will be making a presentation to the City of Cold Lake as well. The reason that we chose to come to the MD first is because that's where we're already working, and in Bonnyville, that's where we're already working with some clients. So we just felt that there was a need to bring it to the attention of council of what we're doing and why and how we're doing it. So that's why we chose to come here first, but we will be going to Bonnyville and the City of Cold Lake. So far, we've provided 117 long-distance non-emergency trips for residents from Bonnyville and the MD of Bonnyville to Edmonton. And again, so hypothetically, our full cost for a trip to Edmonton is $300, but because of the grants that we receive, we subsidize those trips, and 90% or more pay $50, and that's their trip to Edmonton back, plus an escort to go into the building with them. And it's daunting if you've got dementia going into a building in the city that's like 20 stories high and full of doctor's offices and you have dementia. Where do I go? How do I get to my doctor's office? So the drivers will sometimes escort, depending on the level of dementia. We will send an escort with them to make sure that everything runs really smoothly. So, yes, and the other thing that I wanted to mention is that out of respect for the Barneyville FCSS and the Cold Lake District FCSS, many years before my time, there were boundaries that had been developed, and you know, Ardmore, sorry, you spin me around in a parking lot and I can't find my way out, so I'm going to just hypothetically say Ardmore West. That belongs to the MD, and then the other areas belong to FCSS and Cold Lake. What this is going to do is open that up so that that boundary for age-friendly Cold Lake, those boundaries won't be there. We will service in cooperation with Bonnyville FCSS. Excuse me, we will work in cooperation with them to definitely make this a seamless so that anybody in our region. And it makes sense, you know, like if we're already driving people from Cold Lake to Edmonton, why wouldn't we stop in Bonnyville and pick somebody up? Why wouldn't we stop in Elk Point, St. Paul, and pick somebody up? We're going that way anyway. So the structure, the foundation is already there. It needs some growth, but as we said earlier, we've got the skill, the ability, the energy, the expertise, and the drive to get her done. So that's all I got to say.
Thank you. Any questions or, yeah. Any questions? Yes. Councillor Palmer.
I certainly could have used you with my mom and dad as they were aging in their home and having to be separated and different levels of care. Working closely with FCSS and being on the board, one of the concerns that came up was duplication of the same program. And it's great that we have this ability to work together because the seniors are falling through the cracks. But one of the major things I saw with the experiences of my parents was everything they need in terms of applications for additional funding for their, different programs that OAS provides is all online. And these poor individuals have a real stumbling block, and there is really no program that supports them being able to make these applications to better their positions in life as they're aging. So is that something that, I know FCSS has not got something like that in play, but they're looking at it. So through coordination, is that something you're looking at?
Absolutely, and we do that now.
Oh, do you?
Yes, people come into our office for a variety, their old age security, their CPP applications. If there's different funding that's available through seniors benefits. So yes, we're already doing that.
Especially when they are involuntarily separated due to medical levels of medical care differences. There is a top-up that's available, but again, only online.
Yeah.
There's no office these poor people can walk into to make these applications.
Yeah, no, they can come into our office and we assist them with that, definitely.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other comments or questions? Yes, Councillor Deschênes.
Yes, just a comment. Thank you to the Reeve. That was a very well-spoken conversation with us, and much appreciated.
Thank you.
You're a great group. I'm just starting to hear about your group just lately, so it's nice to have the introduction, and totally on board with what you're doing, and hopefully we can help in some way, but looking forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Councillor Mullion.
Again, more just a comment than anything else, but yes, I haven't heard of your group before now, but yes, something that helps seniors live at home as long as they can, as long as they want to, and just the whole concept of supporting seniors in not just health, but day-to-day life is something that is very much needed, and I really appreciate what you guys are doing.
Thank you. You know, when we say that we take it to end of life, we actually take it right to end of life. We have on staff an end-of-life certified end-of-life doula. We don't believe that anybody should pass alone. And we have a lot of our clients have absolutely no family support, no community support. And when they're in palliative care room and in our hospital, myself and our end-of-life doula, we will take shifts and we will sit with that person. If there is family, we will support the family through that as well too. But end of life is a time that nobody should be alone, and we will sit with people at end of life so that they can go out knowing that they've mattered to somebody.
Thank you. All right, ladies, doesn't seem there's any other questions. Thank you for your presentation as well done.
Thank you for
Thank you
being.
for having us.
Yeah, and being patient.
Yeah.
With us and the
drove.
timing confusion.
It's
Thank
no,
you.
no problem. We're here all day, so, or half the day at least, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we'll announce pretty quick here, we just have a few more bills that have to come in, but we'll announce pretty quick here what our profit was off of the fishing tournament as well too. That's our main fundraiser. Without that, we wouldn't keep our doors open. That's what pays our core costs that aren't covered right now with any other funding. So that's what keeps us afloat, and we did.
No pun intended.
Do you guys hire out for jokes and stuff? That'd be,
We're just
we
running
need
off profits.
we need a few laughs in here today.
You know, it's amazing when everybody comes off the ice, it's not just about the tournament, but it's about they're so happy that they're actually giving back to seniors. And we have people coming from Kamloops.
Saskatchewan, we actually had somebody from Manitoba this year.
Yeah.
I'm sure he must have been visiting, but we actually had a registrant from Ontario. Has to be a visitor.
Jealous. They're just jealous.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, ladies. All right, just looking for a motion, council. Thank you, Councillor Duchesne, for making this motion. The council accepts the presentation by H. Friendly Cold Lake regarding the request to become Community Association member and information, and furthermore directs administration to bring back the request back to a future meeting of council for consideration. Any discussion, council? I'm not seeing none. I'm going to call for the vote. See you guys.
I was waiting for it to pop up, but I realized I was on the wrong screen. Thank you.
There we go. That's carried. Thank you. Just looking for a motion now, I think, to go into closed session. Thank you, Councillor Kaluk. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, or we can do it on screen. Call for the vote. See you. Here we go.